नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुधपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चनगौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So, I would like to welcome all of you for today's study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, we have started chapter number 1 a few weeks back. Now we have reached till the verse number 27 of the first chapter. Okay, so last class we were discussing about Arjuna. He was observing the armies, right? They were in the middle of the battlefield. Arjuna requested Krishna to take the chariot to the middle of the battlefield, and from there Arjuna is observing the armies. And we have seen last week that that on the chariot of Arjuna there is a flag, and that flag is having Hanuman, right? Kapidwajaha. It is mentioned that Kapidwajaha, that's Hanuman is there on the flag. Emblem of Hanuman is there on the flag of Arjuna's chariot. So that is also another sign of victory for Arjuna, because we know that Hanuman is a pure devotee, and Hanuman helped Lord Ram to be victorious over Ravana. Similarly, now Lord Rama has come as Lord Krishna. So now that I know he is both Lord Ram and Lord Krishna both are the same personality, different yugas. Now Hanuman is still there to help his dear Lord Ram, but here it's Krishna only, but he's there. He will be always with Lord, and wherever Lord is there, the eternal consort, goddess of fortune will be also there. So that all comprises, or we can say this is all the another sign of victory for Arjuna, because Krishna is with Arjuna. So definitely the goddess of fortune is also with Arjuna. So they are going to. So these are the signs of for their victory in the battlefield. And we have seen that Krishna took Arjuna to the middle of the battlefield, and Arjuna is seeing all kinds of relatives there. He have seen Pitran, Pitamahan, Acharyan, Matulan, Bhratran. We have seen Arjuna is seeing father-like personalities, grandfather-like personalities. There are so many teachers, there are so many maternal uncles, there are so many brothers, sons, putran, grandsons, pautran, sakhims. There are so many personalities like friends, like Ashwatthama and all. Likewise, he is seeing so many people in the battlefield, and seeing all of them, Arjuna is now Arjuna is now completely confused. Now he is telling Krishna that it is very difficult for me to fight now, because I can't fight against all these relatives. So he is going to give so many reasons for why he will not fight. In these verses we can see, okay, from verse number 28 onwards we can see that. All right, so let's begin from verse number 27. Sorry, 27 we completed. 28. Right. Arjuna vacha drishtvaimam swajanma Krishna yujutsam samupastitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati. Arjuna vacha drishtvevam swajanam Krishna yujutsam samupastitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati. Drishtvevam swajanam Krishna yujutsam samupastitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati. Yes, please someone can recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Arjuna vacha dasta imam swajanam Krishna yujutsum samu upastitam sidanti mamma gatrani mukham cha parishusyati.
Thank you. Someone else, please, translation.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Translation?
Yes.
Okay. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up." Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So now we can see from verse number 28 onwards, the verse we started today, till 46th verse, 28 to 46. This section, in this particular section, Arjuna is going to give so many reasons for not to fight. He's giving so many reasons. And we will see Krishna is addressing all of these concerns and confusions of Arjuna in the coming chapters, basically. So the first chapter, basically, Arjuna is addressing all the concerns, and he is giving so many reasons that I will not fight the battle, and Krishna is going to address him for all his concerns one by one in the coming chapters, starting from chapter number 2 onwards, basically. So most of the questions, Arjuna's reasons for not fighting, he is addressing in the second chapter itself. In the second chapter itself, Krishna is addressing, and further Krishna elaborates whatever tattvas, all the tattvas, actually, basically elaborates on all this, whatever he is speaking to Arjuna in the second chapter. So that is what we can see in the coming verses. So here, first reason Arjuna is saying, my dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up. So this is again, basically, Arjuna is feeling some compassion on his for his friends and relatives. So this is the theme for these particular verses from verse number 28, verse 28, 29 and 30. Three verses, three slokas. We can see that Arjuna's compassion for his friends and relatives. So that's the first reason. So likewise we will speak about 5 reasons which Arjuna did not want to, why Arjuna did not want to fight. There are 5 reasons given by Arjuna. Okay. And 4 reasons are in the first chapter, and the 5th reason is in the second chapter, beginning of the second chapter. And Krishna is addressing all these concerns. So we can see from verse number 28, 29, 33 verses, Arjuna's compassion for the friends and relatives. That theme we can see. Srila Prabhupada's purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any man who has genuine devotion to the Lord has all good qualities which are found in godly persons or in the demigods, whereas the non-devotee, however advanced he may be in material qualifications, by education and culture, lacks in godly qualities. So this is very important. No, those who are devotees, those who are following some samskara, those are following some culture, some religious practices, and definitely if you see, if he is a devotee, then we can see all the good qualities in that person. So many good qualities we can see in that person, godly qualities or good qualities. Whereas in the non-devotee who is not at all devoted to Krishna, it is very difficult to find good qualities, godly qualities basically. If you see a non-devotee or people who are completely against spiritual practices, they what they do manmani acharan. They will be doing only manmani acharan, means whatever they feel they will do it, and they don't wake up early in the morning, or they sleep till noon, or intoxication, going to so many other bad places, trying to enjoy the senses in different ways, and not keeping the body and mind and everything not keeping clean internally and externally. So these are actually, all these are in, all these things are in tamogun basically. So the reason is that they don't have the reason why they don't have good qualities is that they are not following any scriptural injunctions, or basically they are non-devotees. That's the case. So if we become a devotee, if we become religious, definitely good qualities will come. Automatically it will come. That's the power of devotional service. That's the power of bhakti. So here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that about Arjuna. So as such, Arjuna, just after seeing the kinsmen, friends and relatives on the battlefield, was at once overwhelmed by compassion for them who had so decided to fight against themselves. So seeing all the relatives and friends, Arjuna felt compassion over them. Then he is saying that I cannot fight. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that this compassion is a godly quality. In the previous sentence we have seen that a person who is a devotee, they will have godly qualities or good qualities, and that good quality, and one of the good qualities which we can see, godly qualities, compassion towards others, other living entities. That compassion we can see in Arjuna, because Arjuna is a devotee, so he will definitely have such good qualities. So as far as soldiers were concerned, he was sympathetic from the beginning, but he felt compassion even for the soldiers of the opposite party, foreseeing their imminent death. And while he was so thinking, the limbs of his body began to quiver and mouth became dry. So Arjuna is not only concerned about his own relatives. See the heart of Arjuna. Arjuna is having sympathy from the beginning itself towards the soldiers of the opposite party. Arjuna is actually, as a Kshatriya, he is a Kshatriya basically, and he is fighting against another party, but he is feeling compassion on the soldiers on the opposite party also. So that means that shows the heart of Arjun. Hmm? Right? And seeing all of them, Arjuna is now thinking, he is completely confused what I should do now, and now his limbs of the body started curing. He started curing, and his mouth became dry. All these are curing the body and mouth becoming dry. These are the signs of what to say, when somebody is completely confused, or somebody is completely sad, or somebody is completely what to say, distressed. All these symptoms will come, right? Or somebody is fearful, these symptoms we can see. So Arjuna is in such a condition that he is not, he's started quivering. Oh, what should I do now? When if I fight against them, all of them will be killed. So what will happen to them? So he is just thinking all this, and because of that, he's getting some symptoms on his body also. And he was more or less astonished to see their fighting spirit. Practically the whole community, all blood relatives of Arjuna, had come to fight with him. This overwhelmed a kind devotee like Arjuna. Although it is not mentioned here, still one can easily imagine that not only were Arjuna's bodily limbs quivering and his mouth drying up, but he was also crying out of compassion. See, Srila Prabhupada is giving more insight on this Arjuna's condition, and Arjuna is saying Arjuna is actually astonished to see the fighting spirit of the opposite party. How much they wanted to fight this battle. Because Arjuna and party, they did not want to fight, right? They were not very happy from the beginning itself to fight. And they tried in different ways to have a mutual agreement, but the Kauravas were not agreeing to that, right? So now Arjuna is seeing the fighting spirit of the opposite party. Oh, how much they wanted to fight, to participate in the fighting war. This war. Seeing that, he was overwhelmed, and because he is a very kind devotee, he is a very nice, sincere devotee. Arjuna is a pure devotee. So, and seeing all the relatives, and he knew that definitely in the war people will be killed. So he is now overwhelmed. And Srila Prabhupada is giving one extra point here, that in the verse it is said that Arjuna's body is quivering, etc., and mouth is drying up, and also he is crying out of compassion. Our Acharyas describes this. Arjuna was even crying. His tears were coming from his eyes, and seeing all these soldiers in the battlefield, and out of compassion he was, crying from his heart. And Srila Prabhupada says such symptoms in Arjuna were not due to weakness, but to his soft-heartedness. That is a characteristic of a pure devotee of the Lord. So that's the point. It is not because of the weakness of Arjuna. There are some people they, even if they see a movie, they will cry. Even if you see a movie, they will cry. So that is the weakness. That is the weakness of the heart. It's not, because we know that movie is not real, basically. And but still, we are weak. If we are weak in the heart, we will cry easily. But here Arjuna is crying not because of that weakness. He is a bold Kshatriya. He is such a great fighter. But now his heart is weeping because of that soft-heartedness. That soft-heartedness means that is a characteristic of a pure devotee. Otherwise, nobody will have this. A a person who is not a devotee will be having a hard heart. Hard heart means he will be even ready to be cruel to others, and even if he does any cruelty to others or violence to others, his heart will not weep or cry, because hard-hearted. Just imagine people who are in the slaughtering houses, people who are working in the meat industries and all, whatever say, even if in the supermarkets, for that matter, in the supermarkets and all, where we see here in this part of this world, if we go there, we can see there are so many people standing there and cutting the meat, right? So what kind of heart they will have? Just think about it. They don't have any compassion on other living entities, right? They are not weeping. They are happily doing their job, cutting the body, cutting the dead body of the different animals. So there is no soft-heartedness, because their heart is, I mean, they are not pure devotees. Pure devotees cannot do this. Pure devotees will never do that, will not harm anybody, right? So that is the quality of a devotee, and we can see that quality in Arjuna. So very beautiful verse given in Bhagavatam. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarver gunes tatra samaste suraha harav abhaktasya kuto mahatguna manoratena sati dhavato bahi. 5th canto, 18th chapter, 12th verse. Beautiful verse. Here it says, one who has unflinching devotion for the personality of the Godhead has all good qualities of the demigods. So if we have unflinching, if we have devotion to the Supreme Lord, then definitely, automatically, that person will have all good qualities of demigods. Why good qualities of demigods? It is mentioned. Why specifically demigods? Because demigods, who are demigods? Demigods are like all the representatives or the servants of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Who are they? Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, then Lord Indra, Vayu Deva, Varuna Deva, then all those, then Ganesh, Lord Kartikeya, all of them are demigods. They are all actually servants of the Supreme Lord. They have been appointed in this material world to manage the material affairs. So many things, so many responsibilities have been given to them, right? Varuna is taking care of the water department. Agni is taking care of the fire department. In the sense, including the fire in our body, in our digestive system. Everything is managed actually by Agni Dev. And water is very big thing, right? In the body also we can find water percentage, and also outside also water is there. Without water we cannot live. So all these demigods have been appointed with different purposes. They are just like, it's like Krishna is the supreme personality of the Godhead, or we can say he is the CEO of the company, and all others are like, all the demigods like Lord Shiva, Brahma, and all of them are, and Varuna, Indra, all of them are like different directors in the company. So they have particular duty to carry out. They will look after some particular department, and all of them will report basically to the CEO, to Krishna. So they are all under the control of the CEO, right? All these directors are basically coming under CEO. Similarly, all the demigods are coming under the Supreme Personality Godhead. So here it is mentioned why demigods, because these demigods are very, very much devoted to the Supreme Lord. That is why they are called as suras. They are not asuras. Asura means those who are against Krishna or Vishnu. Suras means who are devotees of Vishnu or Krishna. So that is why these demigods, and to get a position of the demigod is not an ordinary thing. They are so qualified. They are so qualified to take that position also. So they have so many good qualities. So a devotee will also get all the good qualities. Yes, but one who is not a devotee has only material qualifications that are of little value. And if you are not a devotee, what will happen? What will be the situation? We will have some material qualifications. Like for example, we have a PhD or postdoctorate, double doctorate degree, and or we might be the highly paid doctor, neurosurgeon in the world, or highly paid whatever doctor in the world. Or maybe we become the CEO of Google or CEO of Microsoft or any big companies. So these are material qualifications. Or we may be a famous personality like Sachin Tendulkar, world famous sports star. Or we may be another, or any other movie star. These are our material qualifications, like name, fame, or or money. All these are material qualifications. But do we think that these are having some value? Actually, no value at all, because this is only for a temporary period of time. The fame of a celebrity will be for some time. For example, when Sachin Tendulkar was playing cricket, during when he was playing cricket, his fame was so high, right? Or also, if you take, and when he got retired, definitely that fame will come down. Also, in the movies, we can see when they are young, there will be so many fan followers. When they become old, naturally that is going to come down. And also, what will happen when they die? Nobody even remember them. That's all. That's all. So these material qualifications doesn't have any value. We don't understand this, but we are running behind those things. We think that these are something which is having high value, but no. Actually, the value or actual qualifications which has high value is when we become devotees of Krishna, because that is a permanent asset for us. That will never go from us. Once we become a devotee, that is our permanent asset, not temporary asset. Not temporary asset. That's that we don't understand. And because we don't understand there is a life beyond this material world, we don't understand this. We don't understand that there is something like spiritual world. We think that this whatever is here is everything, nothing beyond this. Nobody knows why we have got the human form, why Krishna gave us human form now. So what is the duty, what we have to do with this human form? We don't know. So actually speaking, the human form is the best, best opportunity for a living entity to go back to Krishna. Because with this human form, by practicing bhakti, then we can go to Krishna. That is the only way. If we are in the animal body, we were in the animal body before, no doubt, but now somehow by Krishna's mercy we have got human body. So now from here it is easy to go to Krishna, and easy to get a spiritual body and go back to the spiritual world. But from a animal body to come to that platform, they have to first come to human body. then only they can go back to Krishna. So that's the point. So it's very human form is very rare and valuable. So much value is there. Yeah. But that is, and when we get a human body, we may get some material qualifications also. But that material qualification doesn't have any value. The body we have to use to get Krishna. So when we become a devotee of Krishna, automatically we will use our body and our senses in Krishna's services. And when we leave this body at the end of the life, we will go to Krishna also. Otherwise, we will be again taking birth in a different body. We don't know even if we get in human form again. That's another problem. So anyways, so here it says, for one who is not a devotee of the Lord, only has material qualifications, and that are having only little value. So this is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. So this material energy, what we see here, Krishna's external energy. So Maya Shakti we can call. So Maya Shakti is actually forgetting and because of this Maya Shakti, or it is again Krishna's external energy, but still Maya Shakti is very powerful, and we are forgetting everything actually here, forgetting about our real identity, and we are hovering on the mental platform, and we are giving more focus on the material qualifications and not on the divine godly qualities. But when we become a devotee, definitely we'll get all the good qualities. So that's the point. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana. So beautiful verse. So let's go to the next sloka. Okay, so that's the compassion of Arjuna. We can see in the verse number 28. In 29 also we can see same compassion. Vepatusta sharire me roma harshascha jayate gandivam shramsate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyade. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Vepadushcha me romaharshaccha jayate Gandivam sramsate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyate.
Thank you. Yes. Anybody, please translation.
Hare Krishna. My whole body is trembling, my hair is standing on end, my bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here also we can see different symptoms of Arjuna. He is now saying that in the previous verse we have seen that he is saying my limbs of the body are quivering and my mouth is drying up. So here Arjuna is saying that my body is completely trembling. And Roma harshascha jayate, my hairs are standing on the end. And Gandivam shramsate hastat, my Gandiva is slipping from my hand. That's what and also he says tvak chaiva paridahyate, my skin is burning. So 4 things he mentioned. First point he mentioned my body is trembling. Then he says my hairs are standing on the end. And third he is saying Gandiva bow is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning. So we can see again these are the symptoms of Arjuna is out of compassion he is feeling all this, he is getting all these feelings, out of compassion on others. Now I am going to fight against them, they might be killed, so what will happen, thinking that he is getting all these symptoms in his body. So there are Srila Prabhupada's purport, he mentions there are 2 kinds of trembling of the body and 2 kinds of standing on the hair on end. Such phenomenon occur either in great spiritual ecstasy or out of great fear under material conditions. So we can see this trembling of the body, we call it as kamba. Romanja kampa shrudharanga bhajo. There is kampa in that Guru Ashtakam. That kampan is different. That kampan means trembling of the body, but that is out of spiritual ecstasy. Out of spiritual ecstasy, the body gets trembled. But here Arjuna's body is not trembling because of spiritual ecstasy. It is completely out of fear, out of fear which is under material conditions. His body is trembling. And at the same time, Romanjakam Pashuda. That in the verse also, Guru Ashtakam, Romanjakampa means that Romancha means the hairs are standing on the end. And that is also symptom of spiritual ecstasy. But here Arjuna's hairs are also standing on the end, but that is not because of spiritual ecstasy. It is completely because of fear. And there is no fear in transcendental realization. Arjuna's symptoms in this situation are out of material fear, namely loss of life. This is evident from other symptoms also, and he became so impatient that his famous bow, Gandiva, was slipping from his hands, and because of his heart was burning within him, he was feeling a burning sensation of the skin. All these are due to the material conception of life. So, in the previous verse, we have seen our Srila Prabhupada is mentioning about Arjuna's compassion, and also we said that Srila Prabhupada also explains that this compassion is because he is a devotee. So that's only for a devotee such compassion will come in the heart. And also mentioned that It is not because Arjuna is hard-hearted. It is because of Arjuna's soft-heartedness that he is now feeling that he is getting such feelings in the previous. So that actually glorified Arjuna's qualities. Now here we can see Arjuna's Gandiva is slipping and so many things are happening in his body, and everything is because of we said that it is because of fear, which is under material conditions, not because of any spiritual ecstasy. And now Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that from these we can see that Arjuna's these are due to material conception of life. Material conception of life in the sense bodily conception, and not understanding that Arjuna is now in this condition. Arjuna is not understanding that all the living entities are spirit souls. Arjuna is thinking from the materialistic point of view, bodily conception, which because he is now thinking that if I am killing them, then they are killed. They are permanently killed. That is the thought of Arjuna now. Actually, we know that in the coming verses and chapter, Krishna is explaining about that we are Atma, we are not this body. So even if we kill the body, actually we are not killing anybody because the Atma is not being killed. So like that, he explains in the second chapter. But now Arjuna is not able to think in that level. Though Arjuna is a pure devotee, no doubt, Arjuna is a devotee, but still in this particular juncture, he is little confused. So that is the reason he is having all this thought process. And Arjuna got this confusion because of, again, Arjuna is becoming an instrument in this pastime, and to teach all of us the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, philosophy of devotional service. Basically, so many philosophies Krishna is teaching in this through this Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is becoming an instrument for that, for all of us. Basically, Arjuna actually is a pure devotee. He doesn't need all these instructions, but we need these instructions from Krishna, and Arjuna very happily taking that role. But again, that's part of pastime. That doesn't mean that both of them are doing some drama in the battlefield. It's not a drama. That's a potency. There is a potency for Krishna, that with that internal potency, Krishna will sometimes put a curtain in front of people. Even he will put a curtain in front of him also. What does that curtain means? That curtain means the curtain of his internal potency or Yogamaya. If there is no curtain, or if there is no any barrier, what will happen? Arjuna will be remembering that I am Krishna's eternal associate, and he will not be having such confusions now. And if Krishna is thinking that I am the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, then Krishna cannot perform different pastimes like playing with his friends, or having some with that love what he was having towards Yashoda Mai and Nanda Maharaj. How, if he thinking that I am God, then he will not be having that mood to be a son of somebody, right? And also Yashoda Mai also will not feel that he is my son if there is a Bhagavad Bhava in her. So for that, for having these pastimes, Krishna will use his internal potency, and he will put this curtain of Yogamaya in front of the devotees and also in front of him, both. So both of them have forgotten their actual position, and now they will act normally. So normally as a son he is behaving, as a mother Yashodama is behaving. Similarly in this case also, Arjuna, there is a curtain in front of Arjuna to enact this pastime, but this is not a drama. We should always remember this is part of Leela. So Arjuna is really now confused because of that Yogamaya curtain. He is completely confused, like he is now behaving like a normal person, like all of us. We are not pure devotees, But Arjuna is a pure devotee, but he is behaving like a normal person like us. The reason is that actually he will not be behaving like that, but because of that Yogamaya curtain and to assist Krishna in the pastime, he is having that curtain, which even he doesn't know. That is another case. That even he it doesn't know. He will be. It's not like he's thinking now. Oh, I know that this is a temporary thing. I am acting here. I am acting. Krishna is acting. There is no acting. This is not film. This is not movie. This is happening really. That's the potency of Krishna. So all the pastimes, what is happening around, or whatever Krishna has enacted, all the pastimes during his different incarnation, they are all real pastimes, not fake or not imagination or not any drama. That's all real only. Because of that Krishna's internal potency, Yogamaya Shakti, he covers the actual understanding of our he will set up different arrangements to make that pastime properly happen, including he is also ready taking so many things, and he is also putting curtain in front of him, otherwise he can't do any pastimes. So like that, so very interesting. So here Arjuna is becoming an instrument for all of us, so that we are getting this instruction from Krishna directly. And here in this verse, in the previous verse, Arjuna's compassion has been glorified. Here Arjuna is having that material conception of life at this juncture. That is why he is having all these symptoms, and he is trembling, etc. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So next verse again we can see the same theme. Na cha shaknomi avastatum brahmativa cha me manaha nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Na cha shakromi avasthatum brahmativa cha me mana nimittani cha pashyani viparitani keshava.
Thank you. Yes, somebody please.
Hare Krishna. Translation. I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune. O Krishna, killer of the Keshi demon.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here Krishna is saying, Arjuna is saying that I am unable to stand here any longer. I can't stand in here. He's saying, I am forgetting myself and my mind is going here and there, reeling. He's just, so many thoughts are coming in the mind. I see only causes of misfortune. No, I can see only misfortune now. Oh Krishna, please. Actually, Arjuna is, explaining, he is actually depicting his conditions. Whatever feelings he is getting, whatever thought processes are coming into his mind, he is now speaking to Krishna. So here in the purport, we can see Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, due to his impatience, Arjuna was unable to stay on the battlefield, and he was forgetting himself on account of his weakness of his mind. So again, an excessive attachment for material things puts a man in such a bewildering condition of existence. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that now Arjuna is saying that I can't stay in the battlefield, I am forgetting about myself, and because then he's saying, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that this is again weakness of his mind. So in the previous two verses before, we said we have seen the weakness of his heart. It is not because of the weakness of the heart that compassion is there, that because of the soft heartedness. Now here it is mentioned weakness of his mind. So don't get confused. Actually, here now the situation is like that. Arjuna is completely thinking on a material platform. He is thinking that when we fight, people will be killed, then that's all. He is not thinking in the spiritual platform. Actually, that is why it is said that. So in this particular situation, his mind is weakened and he is getting all these thoughts. Excessive attachment for material things puts a man in such a bewildering condition of existence. So basically, this is for all of us actually. So any excessive attachment for the material things, what will happen if we have so much attachment to the material things? What will happen is that we will be completely confused. We will not know what actually has to be done, or we are completely bewildered, or we are completely confused. Bhayam dvididya bhinna visheshatah syat. So such fearfulness, so Bhagavatam 11:237, such fearfulness and loss of mental equilibrium take place in persons who are too affected by material conditions. Arjuna envisioned only painful reverses in the battlefield. He would not be happy even by gaining victory over the foe. So here Arjuna is in this condition, and his mental equilibrium is not stable now. He's having a lot of fear. He's fearful, and so Srila Prabhupada is saying that all these symptoms are basically for one who is affected by material conditions. So Arjuna is actually in a situation where where we all are actually, we are all affected by different material conditions. That is why sometimes we get angry, sometimes we get sad, sometimes we get happy. So different mood swings we can see, right? We can see in our life. These are all basically material conditions. So Arjuna envisioned only painful reverses in the battlefield. So Arjuna is only thinking about what is the negative effect of the battlefield. He is not thinking that this is a dharma yuddha, and also as a Kshatriya I need to fight. All these things he is not thinking. He is only thinking some negative reverses. The word nimittani, viparitani are significant. When a man sees only frustration in his expectation, he thinks, why I am here? Everyone is interested in himself and his own welfare. No one is interested in the Supreme Self. Arjuna is showing ignorance of his real self-interest by Krishna's will. This is the point. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that nimittani, viparitani means that word is significant here. Means Arjuna is now becoming an instrument. He is becoming an instrument in the hand of Krishna, and now Arjuna has forgotten everything. He is completely knowledgeable. He has all the knowledge because he is a pure devotee, but he has forgotten everything, and he is actually depicting all the normal conditioned souls like us. He is depicting himself actually like a completely forgotten conditioned soul like us, and because of that he is having all these symptoms. And Arjuna is showing ignorance of his real self-interest by Krishna's will. So this is Krishna's will, as we mentioned before. That was Krishna's will that Arjuna should participate in this pastime, and Arjuna is now completely ignorant, behaving like he is completely ignorant, and in the real way, not as a drama, by the way, and that is all Krishna's will. So one's self-interest lies in Vishnu or Krishna. The conditioned soul forgets this and therefore suffers material pains. So conditioned soul forgets Krishna, and that is why they have to suffer material pains. Arjuna thought that his victory in the battle would only be a cause of lamentation for him. So Arjuna is only thinking now, even if I win the battle, what is the benefit? Or because I'll be killing so many people are being killed in the battlefield. That is a cause of lamentation. So he is only thinking in that way. He is only thinking about the reverses. He is not seeing the positive side of it. The reason is that, why it is like that? Because Arjuna again, at this point, he is in the bodily platform. At this particular point, he is in the bodily platform, and because of that, he is thinking in a negative way. So here devotees, it's a lesson for all of us also. If you think, if just analyze ourselves, when we are when we are more and more attached to the body or bodily conception, what will happen that we will also find so many negativities in many things. We will be finding negativities only because we are completely concerned. We are thinking that if we are, for example, if we are doing something or we have to do something, we think that I am doing this. It is because of my ability I am doing this. But we are not thinking that there is somebody like Krishna who is actually facilitating this. Maybe if we are good in studies, for example, when we are in school or college, or we are good in we are having some skills, and we may be doing something, and people might be appreciating us, and that will become, we will think that then I am doing this, I am so skilled, I am so nice. So we will always we are getting appreciation and we are happy. But at some, and we are forgetting that Krishna's role in this. We are forgetting that Krishna is helping us. That we are forgetting. And when what happened, and every time, things will not be good. There will be some time where, we will be in a bad state also, or, we will be getting some bad remarks from somebody, or, so that we can't tolerate. Because we have been getting appreciations, lot of appreciation, and we were thinking that it is because of me I am able to do, or I am the cause of everything. So now when we are getting any negative remarks, we can't tolerate it. The reason is that we are thinking that I am the doer. That's the problem. That means we are forgetting Krishna. We are thinking that I am myself can do anything and everything. And we take when appreciation comes, we take the credit. When somebody is remarking, negative remarks are coming, we will be completely devastated. Because that is all because of the material conception of life. We are still in this bodily platform. That is the reason we are not thinking in a spiritual level or spiritual platform. That is the reason all the things are actually affecting us. So many things in this world are affecting us, right? So now Arjuna is depicting that, taking that role, and he is now through this pastime, or through this we can understand the situation of all of us. We are also confused. We also in many situations we don't know what to be done. Completely confused. Different feelings are coming into our mind. Different thought processes are there, and we don't know what to do. Oh, am I doing this right? No, this is not right. I should do this. No, I should not do. I should not be doing this. So completely confused, bewildered. Right? So that bewilderment we can see here in Arjuna, basically. He is showing that, representing all of us. And now he is expressing all his confusions to Krishna. So in the coming verses also we can see so many verses. Now till the end of this chapter this will go on, and once Krishna patiently he is hearing everything from Arjuna, understanding the condition of Arjuna, then Krishna will start speaking from the next chapter onwards. Next chapter onwards we can see Krishna will be speaking. He is going to give solutions for all the concerns which Arjuna is raising. So basically that means Krishna will be giving solutions for all of us, to have a perfect life, and he is actually going to give us solution for everything in the coming chapters of Bhagavad Gita, for all the problems what we are facing in this world. All right, okay, so we can continue from next class, the verse 31. So many more verses in this chapter. So this is the first reason from Arjuna. So we have mentioned that there are 5 reasons Arjuna is going to speak. which in Arjuna, why Arjuna did not want to fight. The first is compassion for his friends and relatives, and this theme we can see the first, verse number 28, 29, 30, three verses. And there is now the second reason Arjuna is going to tell in the next verses, starting from 31 up to 35. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All the next 5 verses he is going to speak. He is going to tell another reason which why he doesn't want to fight. Okay, so like that. So we will see that by Krishna's mercy, Krishna willing, in the next class. Okay. So thank you for your time, thank you for your association. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Pranams.
Thank you, Prabhu.